What's up, guys? If you're watching this, it is Elimination Chamber season, which means we are one step closer on the road to WrestleMania. Welcome to Lifting Love. My name is Lenny Love, and today we're going to go over our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. I know what you're saying. It's about time the Elimination Chamber starts. Maybe you're watching this after the Elimination Chamber finishes. I messed up the time. I do apologize, but every PLE and honestly, on the road to WrestleMania, we're going to be giving our predictions going forward. But let's get right into the 2025 Elimination Chamber. I want to start off with something I don't know if you'd call it controversial, but it was kind of sus. The Rock, the great one, the People's Champion, comes out a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, wants to talk to Cody, making things happen, taking him out of the main event, making this happen for them to have a standoff, to have a conversation, middle of the ring. And I'm ready for Rock to cut the craziest promo. And it starts off great. He announces that WrestleMania 42, damn, WrestleMania 42 is crazy. WrestleMania 42 is happening in New Orleans, which is sick. Definitely going to go to that one. So make sure you check it out. April 11th and 12th, 2026. Starts doing Rock things, heel, baby face, kind of going back and forth, threading the line, if you will. And I'm like, cool, like we're going to get Rock Cody. Like I thought that they were going to announce it for Elimination Chamber maybe, or WrestleMania, and he's like, I'm not coming after you. I want Roman. Like I don't know. I thought something other than what happened was going to happen, and then he cuts the probably, with all due respect, the worst promo I've ever seen in my life. I don't want that. I want your soul. If a grown man ever said that to me, we're throwing hands at that moment. Like, you want to take my what? Excuse me? Quite honestly, literally, possibly, quite possibly, frankly, in my opinion, the worst promo of The Rock's professional career. Say what you want about it. I thought it was awful. Obviously, it got the views because people were so confused. It wasn't my cup of tea. I thought they could have definitely done it better. Whoever wrote the line, I want your soul, should be fired. I'm sorry. I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you could have done so many different things. Like, you didn't have to say that exact line. That was just kind of weird. But I kind of like it. I kind of like the storyline, how it's going. Like, they're trying to basically do what they did to Seth Rollins all those years ago, with J&J Security and making them corporate and giving them the title, giving them the push. I think it's too early for Cody, in my opinion. I don't think Cody should turn heel yet. You shouldn't turn somebody heel until the crowd noise starts to level out. And I feel like every time you hear him, whoa, the crowd reaction's crazy. People still love him. He's obviously such a baby face. If they turn him, I think it would be a very bad decision in my opinion. But they're going to do what they do. I have an idea, and I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to the men's chamber match. I personally don't think that Cody is going to sell his soul to The Rock and become corporate. I do think that Cody will make an excellent heel one day, and I don't think it's now. I think it's maybe 6 months to a year from now, when he drops the title to maybe, potentially, someone in the match. But I don't think. It would be a waste of a whole run if he would have done it. And there's some people out there who say, maybe, Cody's would be better as a heel, and I don't disagree. I think he's going to be a phenomenal heel. He's been obviously a phenomenal champion. He's had some questionable, matches with some people. I thought him and Logan Paul was phenomenal. Him and Kevin Owens has delivered each time, but the problem, like Roman had everybody. The problem with with the World Heavyweight Championship is that a lot of people now aren't on the WWE Championship like route. So I definitely think he had a little bit less of a list than Roman Reigns did, and obviously Roman Reigns didn't defend it closely either. So I don't know. I think there's a lot more that can be done with the WWE Championship. I like Cody as a performer. I think he's great. But I think there's more that can be done with it. And I think it could be elevated. Just how like Seth Rollins did the Workhorse Championship, like how he had the World Heavyweight Championship, and he was defending it all the time. Obviously, his body gave up, so I think that's why they passed the torch on. But I don't think Cody Rhodes sells his soul to The Rock. But I'll be interested to see that one because anytime The Rock's there, it's very main event ish, and I just hope they don't give a crappy promo again. That's 20 minutes long for no reason. I want your soul is the craziest line I've ever heard in WWE, and that's saying a lot because they've said some very suspect things. Let me know in the comments the craziest thing that you remember promo being said on WWE. A grown man telling another grown man he's going to take his soul is the wildest thing. Someone said call him the soul taker. That's too funny. All right, a match that I don't know why it's in here, but they're doing it. It's Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Man, I mean, obviously people in WWE must love Nia because she's been in like every PLE. Like it she's just not entertaining to watch. It's not like women are grabbing her and slamming her and doing all this stuff. Actually, I think Rhea slammed her, if I'm not mistaken, at Saturday night's main event. But Nia Jax is just very similar to like how I feel about Gunther, just a very boring person to watch. She's probably super cool and she's probably an amazing person, but as a character, as a wrestler, just not the biggest fan of Nia Jax. I also think it's kind of unfair to Candice LeRae. She kind of, turned this heel character on, and now she's just in a shadow of Nia Jax. I mean, literally and figuratively, but I also don't like that they're just not letting Tiffy have like her own match. They're putting her with Trish Stratus and, blah, 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 like trying to give her like the veterans rub. And I don't think that's a thing. I think her going up against somebody formidable in a championship match and winning, or not even a non-championship match, just somebody formidable, even like a Chelsea Green or like a Michin or like somebody who could be like, I should be in this, or her and Io Sky, or I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. Obviously, they're on different brands, but just her and somebody in a match where at the end of it, you could be like, holy crap, like that was a really good match, and she has momentum going towards WrestleMania and Charlotte, which is the craziest. I still can't believe Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So do I like this match? No, but obviously, I feel like it's going to give Tiffany Stratton the little push, the little momentum, the confidence she needs going into WrestleMania. I do think Charlotte at some point comes in and possibly distracts, possibly, does something to mess up the match a little bit. But I ultimately think Tiffy and Trishy, Tiffy and Trishy, are going to get the win on that one. Next match we got is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And what I want to say about this match, if you've followed their journey at all during the course of their career, these two versing each other have never had a bad match. Literally have never had a bad match. It's unsanctioned. It's Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. A lot of things that can definitely happen. I mean, obviously they're best friends in real life, which is the coolest thing ever. Imagine being able to wrestle one of your best friends on a premium live event in your hometown or close to your hometown, your home country. It's probably going to be an amazing feeling for them. It's unsanctioned. I love me some Sami Zayn, but I think Kevin Owens needs to win. He's had too many bad losses, and it would kind of justify him. There are a couple things I could see happening. I do think KO needs to win, more importantly. But I think if somebody does get involved or something happens, it's going to be after the match. And I think it's going to be Randy. I think Randy needs to come back. And maybe they set up a KO RKO. They set up a Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens match for SummerSlam, for WrestleMania. I don't know where that leaves Sammy. Maybe, maybe like something happens and he goes for an RKO on Kevin Owens, and all of a sudden he RKO's Sammy instead, and Kevin gets out of the way. Now it sets up a triple threat match, which, oh my God, these three guys in a triple threat match would be phenomenal. Um, I think that's how that plays out. I think regardless of what happens, Kevin Owens has to win this match. As much as I love Sammy, and I like Sammy way more than I love Kevin Owens. Like Sammy has tried and true proved himself. I think Sami Zayn is such an underrated performer, underrated wrestler. Hasn't been given an opportunity. Obviously, he had the Intercontinental run, but hasn't been given a main event opportunity. Him and Roman, that match was phenomenal. Obviously, everything he's done with Kevin Owens and WWE has been phenomenal. He's come a long way, so it's super cool to see these two guys, even Kevin Owens, and he's really leaning into that heel role, and I love that for him. And I don't think you turn him back, babyface. I think him being a heel has been one of the best things for his career in a long time. So I think if we're being honest, Kevin Owens needs to win this match. As much as I would love to see Sami win, I think if they're going to just try to fill matches at WrestleMania, Randy Orton comes back. There's also talks of Karrion Kross. I know Final Testament's kind of gone now, but I don't see Karrion Kross coming into this one. Next, we got the Elimination Chamber match. I think for the first time in a long time, and I might be wrong, there's probably a couple other years, I feel like these might be like the first time that both chamber matches have definitive people that you could genuinely make a case for winning. Like everybody in the men's and women's Elimination Chamber, you could make a case for winning. Well, let's go through it. Ready? The women's chamber. Liv Morgan. She's coming off probably one of the best years of her career. Crown Jewel champion. WWE, the women's world heavyweight champion. Tag team champions. Just in the past year. Alexa Bliss, coming off of 2 years hiatus, made a crazy return at the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair, the EST of the WWE. Bayley. Do I need to say anything else? Naomi. Roxanne Perez, who's just been completely on her game. So really, any of the women would make sense. Let's go to the men's. John Cena, going for his 17th time. CM Punk still has a favor in his back pocket, but he's CM Punk. You know what time it is. It's clobbering time. Drew McIntyre. He's freaking 6'5", 280 pounds. He's Drew freaking McIntyre, and if he wants to, he'll go in there and he'll kill everybody. Logan Paul, people trash on him. Logan Paul is one of the most athletically gifted WWE wrestlers we've seen in a long time, and the way he's able to grasp it over just the past couple of years, he's had a banger match with Cody Rhodes fairly recently, and Roman Reigns. He's been in the main event multiple times. He's a main eventer. Damian Priest had one heck of a World Heavyweight Championship run. And Seth freaking Rollins. Hold on, you hear that? Whoa, whoa, oh, 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 oh. He's Seth freaking Rollins. But let's go back to the women's Elimination Chamber match. A case could be made, like I said, for every single one of these women. I do think... I feel like they're giving Liv the push, and I really don't want Liv to win. I just don't. I don't think it progresses her character. I also think they're gonna want to put a women's tag team match in WrestleMania. So with her and oh my God, what is her name? Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel. There you go. Couldn't think of her name for a second. I think there's too much going on. I think Alexa Bliss, while she probably will have a good performance, I ultimately don't think, unless they want to push her and bring the Wyatt Six back. That could be a case where Nikki Cross, I believe is the woman's name in the Wyatt Six. That could be a case for sure. Bayley, she's Bayley, so I think there's definitely a case that she can win, but she's kind of been on a losing streak lately. You know, she's been having some really good matches, but she's been coming up short. They're probably going to want to keep that. And I think her and Roxanne could have a WrestleMania match. That could be something to push Roxanne Perez. Naomi, as much as I love, and here's the thing, Bayley and Naomi, I think possibly, even though I think the highest percent chance of the person who turned on Jade Cargill is Bianca, I think Bayley and Naomi also could make a case that they attacked Jade Cargill as well. So I, for both of those reasons, and I personally do think Jade's going to come back during this match. Roxanne Perez, like I was talking, has had a phenomenal stretch these past couple months, and she's been crushing it. But I think your winner of the 2025 Women's Elimination Chamber is going to be Bianca Belair. And there's either going to be two things that happen. Either Jade comes back and she's like, you did this. You did this. To whoever did it, you know, whether it's Bayley or Naomi or Bianca, or crazy thing, if I'm booking it, is she goes, you did this, and she looks at Bianca, but Naomi's right behind Bianca, and Jade, you know, goes to do like a kick, kicks her, she hits her with the KOD, puts Naomi or Bayley or whoever else on there on the KOD, and then she gets the win, sneaks out of the ring before her and Jade can fight. I don't know. There's so many things they can do there, unless they're going to keep Bianca babyface, but you need... The only reason I'm really thinking that Liv could potentially win is because she's honestly... I mean, her and Roxanne are the only, like, heels in this, and I think Rhea is too much of a babyface, too much of a good mommy, too much of a good like just a good guy to be able to, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple different options. I mean, obviously they've had, you know, baby faces go up against baby faces before, but it's not really a thing you see. It's usually bad guy, good guy. You know, it's kind of the dynamic for most WWE matches, but I think if Bianca does do it, she has to turn heel. And I think Jade Cargill comes out and said, I know it was you, Bianca. And maybe she can't get into the chamber. Excuse me. Maybe she can't get into the chamber. But, you know, she's like rocking the door. You blah, 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 blah. Like, you did this to me. How could you? I thought we were friends. And then Naomi's like, how could you do that? Goes for a swing, gets the KOD, whatever. I don't know. There's definitely some plays there that could happen. But I ultimately do think it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, with Bianca Belair turning heel tonight at the Elimination Chamber. Again, I'm just doing this how I would book it. You know, I think there's a lot of, you know, things that go into how they end up booking WWE events. And, you know, sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree. And the Royal Rumble was the first time I've agreed with anything that they've done in the past, you know, 6 months. Because some of the matches have been just crazy or completely obvious of who's going to win. I do think that both these chamber matches, for the first time in a while, it's like, damn, like anybody could win. Kind of curious just to see how the women's one plays out. But the more interesting one for me personally, and which I think should be the main event, is the men's Elimination Chamber match, because, again, anybody in this match you could make a case for. As much as people want to write off Damian Priest or Logan Paul, they both make a case. Like, everybody. Cena's my guy. Like, I'm a Cena guy. 17-time world champ is exactly what he's going to do. There's, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But is it going to be the Elimination Chamber? I don't think so. I don't think it's John Cena. CM Punk, the best in the world. The best in the world. Still has a favor from Paul Heyman. What is that favor? I don't think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. I think, personally, this is if Cody does not... If Cody turns heel, I think it's Cena, and they put him up for a Super Cena run. If Cody does not sell his soul to The Rock, I think Drew McIntyre wins and sells his soul to be able to win this match and go on to WrestleMania and face Cody Rhodes. But I do think if they do turn Cody heel, they're gonna set up Super Cena to come back and completely destroy. So obviously, in my heart, I want Cena to win. But realistically, if I'm booking it based off of, again, if Cody does not turn heel, I think it's Drew McIntyre. But if he does, I'm going to go John Cena. But again, you can make a case for every one of these guys. Logan Paul is going to do something crazy. Like, that's going to happen. But, like, if you go back to years past, and I actually did this on purpose. This is, I think, Elimination Chamber 2012. Check these 2 Elimination Chamber matches out. Okay, let me just tell you who I just told you before. Ready? John Cena, greatest of all time. Bah. Seth Rollins. Whoa. Whoa. Currently one of the best guys in WWE. Drew McIntyre. I mean, look at him. He's one of the best wrestlers right now. Best physique possibly in all of WWE. Who else is in the damn match? CM Punk, best in the world. You know his resume. Logan Paul, absolutely killing it. Damian Priest, former world champion. Let me talk to you about this one match, Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship back in 2012. Let's go with the guys who were halfway decent. Wade Barrett, Daniel Bryan, great. Cody. This was Cody Rhodes before he wasn't fully there. He might have even been Stardust at this point. Maybe not, because his name would probably be Stardust, not Cody Rhodes. And then you ready for the other 3 people in the match? The Great Khali, The Big Show, and Santino Marella. I mean, these are the matches that we used to have back in the day. So to say that this is a complete upgrade is an understatement. You have five guys who have been a major champion, and then Logan Paul, who has had 1, 2. Well, he's held the United States Championship, so that's a mid-card title. But he's also been in 2 main event matches for the WWE Championship against Roman and Cody. So, I mean, he's someone who is in the main event picture. And I think, obviously, he's athletic, his skills, his ability on the mic. He's not somebody that you can underestimate. And quite possibly, there is a good chance that he could win. Again, I don't think it's going to be him. I don't think it's going to be Damian. I don't think it's going to. Seth makes a great point, but I just think he's too hurt. So that's my picks. If Cody sells his soul and turns heel, John Cena's winning. We're getting another Super Cena run, and he's going to have the best title run of his career. Go for 17. And if he doesn't sell his soul, I think Drew McIntyre sells his soul and gets everything he's ever wanted and becomes justified for doing every single thing. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious because I think there's a lot of cases that could be made for the Elimination Chamber match, and I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already, wherever you get Lifting Love, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, or on a podcast platform, because we have a weekly podcast that drops every single week on Wednesday morning, 8:30. But until next time, there's only one thing to do, and that is lift love, crush hate, and just like that, we out.